Although the market took a pretty nasty hit, it's looking a lot better again. Plus, there is a Bitcoin and an Ethereum spot ETF approved in China. That's wild. That's completely wild. Hong Kong approves spot Bitcoin and Ethereum application. Hong Kong has approved spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. The region is the second to do so in 2024 following the SEC. In America, they have approved 11 Bitcoin spot ETFs. The Ethereum ETF is yet to be approved later this year, probably maybe in May, maybe later this year, we don't know. But in Hong Kong, they're already live. Well, that's of course great news. And we know how it works, right? Like when we got the Bitcoin ETF at first, there was a bit of sell the news here. We got the approval and yeah, we dumped from, let's say, 49K all the way back down to 39K. So we lost 25% over there. But after that, the rally really continued. Now we got the ETFs approved right here. And yeah, there's not much going on in the market right now. But we just saw a pretty nasty dump, especially for the altcoin market. So I would also like to go over some comments, some recommendations that people gave, like, hey, could you look at this altcoin? Because although ETFs here, ETFs there. Hey, we could see another 60% crash on altcoins. Ta-da, welcome, it's crypto. So let's take a look at these specific altcoins, but for now it is looking quite bullish. So with all that being said, welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, check out the Patreon down below, and let's get right into it, man. So goddamn, an ETF for Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's pretty crazy. So although we have seen a pretty good dump, the news is actually pretty good. Now, we haven't seen a pretty big dump on Bitcoin, right? If we do take a look at Bitcoin on the daily, it's basically just going sideways for more than a month now. And although it goes up, down, we didn't do much, right? And that's good. I mean, here we went up and we didn't do much for a long time as well. Matter of fact, here we went up and we didn't do much for half a year while we are in the middle of a bull market. So even in the bull market, we went sideways from basically March till October 2023. Right? So sometimes times are boring and sometimes times are less boring. We get a good dip. Now, if we do take a look at the altcoin market, this is quite beautiful, right? We saw a pretty decent correction on the altcoin market from the top to the bottom of 40%. Now, on your actual altcoin bags, this could have been a lot more. My altcoin bag got washed out. Probably I didn't really look at my portfolio too much, to be honest. But we are also up again by 26%. That's the volatility that a bull market offers, right? It's going, it's doing wild stuff. That's just how it works. But most important is that we hold the bull market support band. And that's what we have been doing. We wicked a little below it. That's not bad. We can wick below it. Here we wick below it. Here we wick below it, right? But overall, we are still holding above it. And we closed above it, which is most important. So altcoins still look really bullish. Now, there is, of course, still... It's still down 23% from the top, right? So, yeah, although, we are already going back up, we can still buy a pretty decent discount. So tomorrow I'll be dropping a video where I explain a little bit why you should buy the dip, okay? You should buy the dip. That's really important. But let's still go over a couple of altcoins because I also made a video about my worst case scenario for some altcoins. Now, why did I do that? If you look at some specific altcoins, they took a really good dip, right? If you look at Illuvium, for example, they took a dip of 54%. If you take a look at Beam, if you take it from the top to the bottom, it took a dip of, well, coincidentally, also 54%. Some altcoins took way bigger corrections. Even some took an 80% correction, right? And that's not the last time that it happened, right? This stuff keeps on happening. It's a bull market. It's nothing too crazy. So let's take a look at the worst case scenarios, because if it happens again, yeah, we want to be prepared, of course. So let's prepare ourselves. So I want to go over a couple of comments. Let me know in the comments down below which altcoins do you like, which altcoins would you like me to take a look at? Like, hey, if the market does get another good correction, where could these go, right? And again, this is my worst case scenario, not most likely. By the way, before I get into this, I've bought something that I really never talked about that much, and that's this. Because if you look at cryptofees.info, you can take a look at the projects that generate pretty decent fees, right? And if you look at the 7-day average fees, you could see that Ethereum generates a lot of fees, right? Bitcoin generates a lot of fees. But if you look at the lower cap stuff, then also you will find projects like Uniswap. Now, in this recent dip, Uniswap took a pretty good hit as well. And I figured like, man, it's maybe a good time to buy Uniswap. It first had a major pump, right? It went all the way from $3 to like $17, but now it's all the way back at 7, and it went as low as, well, 6. Took 65% dump. I bought some Uniswap. Reason for that is people will keep on using Uniswap, and again, it generates so much fees that it's only logical to assume that Uniswap will do very well in this bull market, right? People keep on using it, and the same goes for Trader Joe. For example, I want to buy some Trader Joe as well, but it wasn't working on phone, and now it's already a little bit high, so I'm waiting a little bit on this one. But I feel like a Uniswap, it's DeFi that will stay there. It's from multi-chain, right? So it's not just an Ethereum exchange anymore. People will keep on using it, and if it generates that much fees, then there's a very high chance that that Uniswap will do well in the future. And this is a lot less speculative than all these gaming coins out there, for example. So although I like those more, I think that Uniswap could provide us with a clean 5x maybe in the bull market. And this is a good thing in my portfolio, to have some exposure to the upside with not taking too much risk. So therefore, that's what I bought. Let's go over a couple of comments. All right, somebody said, Xen, is it one of those boring coins that will maybe just make 10 or 15% gains this bull market? Also, does Pepe still have a chance of recovering its all-time high? Please cover these in the next worst case scenario videos. Xen, right? Like, look, I mean, if you look at the Xen chart, right, you should realize like everything went up like crazy. Xen is sitting at the lows, so you shouldn't even care about this. Okay, I don't know if you still hold this from here and therefore you're interested. I would say like forget about this thing, right? Like Xen is a dying project, and hey, maybe someday it will do this, and you'd be like, but as it's so far, the crypto market overall did a 370% gain from the absolute bottom, right? Xen is now sitting at 18. Like if it's underperforming by that, it's sitting at the bottom basically, right? I don't know really what the project does. As far as I knew before, you can mint it, and well, that's it basically. But this is a big money loser, right? So yeah, of course it could pump 10, 15%, whatever. It could pump more than that, but I don't see a single reason to buy this actually. Pepe, does it have a chance to reclaim its all-time high? Well, I mean, yeah, like it's already sitting almost at the all-time high, right? So it just has to go up with another 2x from this point. Yeah, it's possible, of course, definitely. I'm not buying it though, but that's just because I don't like meme coins that much, especially not the meme coins that are already so high cap. Because I'll also feel like, what's the upside really, and how much downside is there, right? And the risk reward is not worth it for me anymore. But yeah, it could make a new all-time high, definitely. Just buy base meme coins. Thank me later. Yeah, man. I mean, base meme coins are killing it right now, and not just the meme coins, but like the whole base ecosystem is really fantastic. If you look at this is a good way to find some. If you go to Deck Screener, you can actually filter by some ecosystem. So for example, the base ecosystem, right? You find all the coins that they have right there, but you can also filter this. So you could say like, okay, instead of having everything, I want to look at coins with at least this much liquidity, as at least this much of a market cap, or whatever, if it's ever loads, right? Well, that doesn't work really, but I think that base, not necessarily meme coins, but just the base ecosystem as a whole, is a very good play, definitely. So I have Arrow Swap, for example. I have a couple of base coins, and I think that this will be the next big thing, definitely. So meme coins as well, yeah. Do you think, yeah, this is more of a general comment reacting video, but whatever. Do you think any project launched on Chain GPT from GT protocol till now could do a 50x? Let's take a look, man. I mean, everything is possible. I'm not saying that it can't, but this is very specific, of course. But I want to say watch out at least with that, right? Because these are newer coins, and newer coins usually have a lot of vesting. But where do we have GT protocol? So everything from this point, could that do a 50x? Yeah, you know, we have coins sitting at a $15 million market cap, 3 million, 6. So yeah, I mean, it's not filtered by date. Stupid. Wait, that doesn't matter. But I think that these newer coins, yeah, they have a lot of room to grow, definitely. But again, like if you look, for example, at gaming, right? $11 million market cap according to crypto rank. Okay, cool. Gaming. God damn it. Sorry for that. Gaming. Right? If you look at this, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's 60 million, whatever. Right? But $60 million market cap. Then you look at the fully diluted market cap is a billion. Right? So could it do a 50x? Yeah. Like, of course, everything is possible. But 50 billion fully diluted doesn't sound like that doable, right? But then again, man, it won't be the first to do. So yeah, it could. Veracity, just keep buying and staking. I hope, man. So far, Veracity is not doing so well. I mean, let me put it like this: like it's always hard to predict, right? But so far, it has not been worth buying Veracity. So far, at least. Right? Why do I say that? Well, I mean, it is at the moment up 180% from the absolute bottom, right? If you look at Bitcoin, yeah, that's up at the moment 300% from the bottom. So Bitcoin is up twice as much, whilst, of course, well, Veracity is way higher risk than Bitcoin. So you take higher risk for lower reward. Chart-wise, it is looking at the moment actually not that bad though, because we have a low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low, we have a higher low. So it is making high lows. It is making, well, we had a high here and a high here, so it made high high. So if anything, it's still a huge risk, of course, but it might be worth buying it right now. But yeah, if you look at it on its Bitcoin pair, yeah, it just made a new low, right? It's sitting lower than it was since like 3 years ago. So therefore I said like, hey, Veracity so far, it hasn't been doing well. But then again, yeah, you also said like, hey, you can stake it. I don't know what the staking rewards are. But it has to be quite a lot to make up for the losses the money that you missed out on by buying Veracity, basically. It had a big hype, and I just hope that Veracity is not that coin that's like, such a previous cycle coin, because it kind of looks like it. It looks like an XRP, a Cardano, a DOT, a whatever, right? Like just keeps on going down. And there's on the Bitcoin chart, there's no strength at all. On the dollar chart, like I said, it's showing some strength. But then again, yeah, I mean, it's looking quite different than this, right? So I hope it works out, man. Okay, worst case scenario for XRD Radix. Let me take a look at XRD. I think I have it on my watch list right here. So let's go to XRD. I have a lot of X's on my chart, man. XRD. Let's get it. Where is it? Whatever. XRD USD. All right, here we go. Radix. So, okay. Yeah, kind of same as for ST, lagging at least, right? Lagging. I mean, if you look at XRD BTC, you could clearly see that this is going down, right? Just made a fat low, and although that was a wick, the closing was also pretty low, and it has basically been going down forever, right? So far, also it hasn't paid off to buy this. Yeah, worst case for this thing is basically new lows, right? I mean, it just made a new low a couple of weeks ago. So if the crypto market takes a good hit, then yeah, we can try to hold these lows right here. But it is very possible that this makes a complete new low, actually. Please do a render and fetch. Okay. Let's take a look at render. Should be on my watch. No, okay, it isn't. Fuck off then. Render. Let me take a look. Yeah, render is so strong, man. Like, render is unbelievable. What I think is interesting about render is that also it's one of the fewer coins that in this crash really was holding the bull market support band. A lot of coins are really below it. This one is still above it, right? Now the bull market support band, it goes up. And as long as render holds that, then I would say, like, yeah, if it happens today, it could go to $7, give or take. But man, in June, the bull market support band is sitting at current prices. And so far, it is holding it for the last more than half a year already. So that's looking good. If we forget about this bull market support band for a while and we really want to get into the technicals, you could just see, like, hey, we have a high. We have a low. You can see this as a low, and you can see, well, basically this is a low. So as long as we, yeah, stay above $5.50, it is bullish. Also where this resistance comes in, right? So I would say around $8 is the first big level, by the way. But then I would really say, yeah, $5.50, man. That if it does this, then technically it's still bullish-ish, right? So yeah, fetch. Let me take a look at that. Same structure, also really bullish. Yeah, this looks really good, man. This looks really good. Let's take a look. This was the last run. Yeah. Bull market support band comes in right at 618. So it could go down to 160 as long as it holds that still in a bullish uptrend, right? So that's still good. Even if it goes all the way down here, 80 cents, give or take, and then go up, yeah, it would just be a retest of this resistance that we had right there, right? And that was also resistance right here, and we had support here, give or take. So yeah, it's okay. It's still okay. Yeah, worst case scenario. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, then you want to take it over the longer time frame. I would say worst case scenario is that 80 cents level, give or take. And if shit really hits the fan, then maybe 50 cents. But I don't know if that's going to happen, really. Solana wick to 118, injective wick to 18. The market likes $18. Yeah, yeah. There were some big wicks over there. Somebody says, relax, one more massive run up and then kiss it goodbye. Maybe. I don't know, man. Um, deep. I don't know. I mean, one. It could be depends on what you see as one leg up, right? Like we are now at around the halving. So yeah, if you see this as the first leg and this as the second leg, then it could be correct, right? This is the first leg and this is the second leg. Then we now get our second leg into the bull market until deep into 2025. But yeah, now a bear market comes at a certain point for sure. That's a good thing, right? Take our profits, and then in the next bear market allocate quite low. um, yeah, Arrow is still up. Like Arrow didn't really give a shit about this whole dip, man. That's pretty cool. Arrow. Somebody asked, by the way, about Mint Layer. Could it go to a $5 billion market cap? Would be 100x from here. It's a Bitcoin Layer 2. Could happen. They have a lot of shit to do, though. Aerodrome Finance. I have this in my portfolio. This is the DEX on base, basically. Ha! But this is a really strong one, man. When we had this correction, Aerodrome didn't really give a fuck. Yeah, here a little bit, but yeah, didn't do much. I do feel like Aerodrome is a DEX on base, but you can also use Uniswap on base. So why do we need this? That's what I struggle with. But that's just purely because I don't know enough about it. That's not because I'm saying that we don't need this, but I actually wonder, why do we need this? Nevertheless, I still have it in my portfolio because it's just a great performer. And it's quite low cap. I mean, it's $800 million market cap. Yeah, if you look at Uniswap, for example, right, it's multi-chain, but still, it's 5.8 billion. I think Aerodrome can do a pretty decent 2x from this point to compete with Uniswap, right? And later in the bull market, Uniswap will be higher as well. Yeah, lucky number 7, man. I don't know. I think it's a good one. Oh yeah, here was the question. Web3 whales, the dip got nailed again. Yeah, we don't dip, bro. About some Uniswap, Zeta, and Doge. I think Dogecoin. Yeah, Uniswap about it as well. Zeta, I don't know. Forget about all these woo things. It's all scam, by the way. I've bought Trax 20 Pixels and DYM. Nice. Scenic Pelling, guys. Yeah. Bought more OPSEC, GOT, and Node AI. I bought some OPSEC as well. There was some FUD going on that it's a scam, this and that. So I felt like, okay, time to buy. And yeah, I bought it somewhere in this dip, not the dip, but yeah, I think OPSEC is pretty undervalued at the moment. Actually, Node AI as well. I just hate that all these new things are like, look at where it's listed, right? Only Uniswap. Yeah, and Uniswap is like fucking, like, if it's on Ethereum, it's so expensive. I hate that. At least list it on some shit exchange like Maxi or something, right? Do something. Then again, if it's already going that high on only Uniswap, hey, then if it's going on a CEX, then it will probably do very fine, right? But Node AI, yeah, I love it. I have it in my portfolio. Not that much, though, but it's a good one. It's a good one, definitely. AVAX yesterday at 38. Just remember what you said. What did I say? I don't know. As well noticed by chart that SNFTs are doing, well, nothing. SNFTs outperformed the market, bro. I mean, if you look at SNFTs, see the FI NFT space, basically. If you look at this, in this first leg up, basically, where from January until February 2023, which was when Bitcoin went from 20k to 25k, something like that. SNFTs did a 7x, and in the second leg they did a 5.5x. Right, so it's moving quite big. It's, I don't know, man. It's, yeah, and if you look at the shorter time frame, maybe that's what you mean. Then it's doing nothing. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's fine. It can't pump and dump like crazy all the time, right? But yeah, also, I mean, the general altcoin market. It's not that it like, I mean, it yeah, did nothing, had a lag, did nothing. This went more sideways. Yeah, maybe that's what you mean. I don't know. But this is not a short time frame kind of coin for me, actually, as well. Picked up some Manta and Pixels. Awesome. I bought Deep. Yeah, bought AVAX. Congratulations. I think AVAX is a very good one. I was lucky enough to buy at 30. So now it's 37. Yeah, I think AVAX will be one of the big winners in the coming bull market, man. For sure. Yeah, that's the problem, right? I am sorry, I'm broke now. I couldn't buy the dip. I bought too much dips now. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Because if you look at the altcoin market, were there that many dips? Right? This was our first major correction. Right? But that's the thing. Like, if you buy every correction of 20% or maybe even like, I don't know, 10%, yeah, then you don't have much to buy the actual corrections. Yeah, but unless you already went quite heavy in right here, then this correction shouldn't even matter to you because you're up so much. That could also be the case. Bob Moore already have too much crypto. Gonna buy if we fill the wick again. After that, we will go all in if we go lower. Hong Kong ETF will start on Monday. Yeah, so it turns out, right? But also Ethereum. That's what I didn't expect. That's crazy. Bob Naka, IMX, Bone, AVAX, Ondo, Evo, Dusk. Nice. I don't know some of those, but most seem like good projects right there. Let me check. If you bought lower back at 2022, 2023, you should be up if your portfolio is the first fight. Definitely. I did add RWA and gaming in September of 2023. I'm going to add new coins once a month. Nice. You had a great timing right there. It took a lot of risk though, right? Because 2022 was a pretty, like, 2022 wasn't really the time to buy, actually. Because whole 2022 was just going down. And in 2023, it started to show like, hey, we're back, right? But maybe you gambled your way into the last couple of days of 2022 and got somewhere around the dip. But otherwise, even if you bought here, like, that's not my strategy, because you're just buying your way down basically, right? And you never know how far it goes. But 2023 was a beautiful buying opportunity, and now just DCA the dips, right? Like if you have a disposable income, that's the best strategy. Mm, Yeah, do you think the ETF will approves will affect it that it won't go down? Yeah, I don't know. Like again, we now have the approval, but we'll see, right? Like after we got the approval on the stock exchange in America, yeah, we went down in a couple of weeks, right? And only after that, it's not a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event actually, but people did it anyway. But this takes a long period of time to play out. You cannot get wrecked if you take profits early enough. It's not really true. I'd rather take profits before the end of 2024. Ooh, yeah, okay, partly, right? I wouldn't go all out, but now, but like what you say, like you cannot get wrecked if you take profits early enough. That's not true, though. A lot of people get wrecked. Like, yeah, a lot of people they say like it's gonna end 2024. That's where the bull market is going to stop. Let's say people thought the same thing last cycle, so it didn't stop at the end of 2021, but at the end of 2020. So here, right? Yeah, like if you bought the lows, you're still in profit, definitely. But it feels so fucked up to miss out on the actual party. And this is actually where altcoins started to do well, right? I mean, end of 2020, look at this. The altcoin market, end 2020 was here, right? So the altcoin market still had a 12x to go. If people sold already here, they missed out on everything, basically. So one, that feels fucked up. But two, what you're eventually going to do is feel like, oh, okay, fuck, I made a mistake. Let's buy back in again. Oh, fuck, it's going down. Let's sell, right? You can get wrecked for sure. And that's the way to get wrecked, actually. But yeah, no, I mean, if you have a lot of money already, right? and you feel like, I'm in the market, I have some profits, let's sell early, and I have enough money, and I don't care about this anymore, then it's fine. But do you ever have enough money? I don't know. But taking slow profits little by little around the end of 2024 can't hurt, right? That's like the same as that you did it over here in the end of 2020. Started to this, yeah, you still started way too early, by the way. But yeah, you can time it. But if you bought it here and sell it slowly over here, you would definitely not get the most out of the market, but you are definitely securing your profits. And for some people, that's important, of course, right? So yeah, it's not a bad strategy if you just want to make sure that you don't want to lose your money. Sell it all. If you are scared out right now, then you don't deserve the rewards over the next 18 months. Yeah, again, like, yeah. If you are scared now, then you are too much into the market as well. Sell your crypto right now. It's like that's like not maybe the best thing to do actually, but hey, you do you, man. Um, it's a again. It's a super cycle. The last pump, stage 4 on a golden cross, is the shortest increase. At least that's my theory. I don't know if it's a super cycle, man. I don't know. I'm more of a proponent of the 4 year cycle, actually. Right? Like, what's super? Like, if you put it like that, crypto is in a super cycle since the existence, only going up, basically. But within that cycle, we have the 4 year cycle, right? We have the yeah. Well, I've explained this so much, but the 4 year cycle still quite intact. Um, Twice bitten, shame on you. No, I will not buy into a 2-bit outfit. I don't know what you mean. What if there's no alt season? Then there's no alt season. Like, yeah, I don't know. Well, what if there's no alt season? Then we will make good gains instead of insane gains, or I don't know. But there will be an alt season, of course, right? Of course, like that's how the money rotates. Like at a certain point, people will put the money from Bitcoin back into altcoins, right? And that's what we'll see right here. Where do I have that chart? Others divided by Bitcoin, right? An alt season is where altcoins outperform Bitcoin, so where this is going up, right? At a certain point, that will happen again. People, they made enough money with Bitcoin. Altcoins got wrecked against Bitcoin right here. And at a certain point, they feel like, okay, let's put that money into something more risky, and then that's going up, and then we'll get an alt season. And if it doesn't happen for some reason, yeah, then it doesn't happen. Whatever. Opinion on Nibiru. How do you pronounce it? Yeah, I think it's a very good project, man. It's on paper faster than Solana, and that says something because Solana is fast as fuck. It doesn't have really the adoption yet that we are looking for, but no, I think that Nibiru can be really good, definitely. About launch pads. A great strategy, but what do you do if everyone becomes like you, relying more on pre-sales, especially with the spread of launchpads everywhere? I think her star will fade soon. Her star? Yeah, it won't happen. Look, yeah, like he said, like not everybody can get into pre-sales. You have to have a couple of hundred spots for tens of thousands of people. If everybody is getting so interested in pre-sales, so they invest in these launchpad tokens, then it means that a coin like CDFI will go up with so much money. Yeah, pump my bags, man. Fuck yeah. So I'm totally fine with that, to be honest. But it's just not how it works, man. The retail, the normies, they don't understand this kind of stuff. They just see coins on the market and they buy it, right? So they buy our bags basically. Yeah. I should get more to the point. Yeah, maybe. Try my best. Yeah, join it. It's very clear. Illuvium is an insane game, piece of art with very good tokenomics. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like that much is that it's already super high cap. I still think that Illuvium is indeed a piece of art and that it can go up for sure, but it won't do 100x from this point. At least not in this cycle. Definitely not. Why do you never talk about Portal Gaming? I was the first to talk about it, man. But you know what? I talked about it before the pre-sale went on, and we got in with Web3 whales as well. We did very fantastic returns on it. Yeah, I feel like, man, okay, we got our returns, right? And now I can talk about Portal. By the way, it took a fucked up big hit in this correction as well. Really got low, went all the way to 70 cents or something like that. But yeah, at $170 million market cap, fully diluted is $1 billion already. I feel like, yeah, Portal can do it 10x from this point maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, man, I talked about it so early. We got so much returns on Portal. What can I now absolutely do to do something like that again, right? With Portal. It feels like, okay, we did that, we got our gains, congratulations, next one, right? And if it really goes down hard, then I might cover it, or if they have some insane updates or something. But for now, I feel like there's not really much to talk about. Yeah, I want to leave it here for today. I think this is enough for now. Just the market, it's all good. It's looking fine again. The Bitcoin dominance is coming down quite hard again, while Bitcoin is going up. So altcoins are doing a little bit better again. It's. I mean, my portfolio is gaining some figures finally, and if we get another good hit, oh man, don't be like that one person that said like, I was already all in, right? Like always have some cash to buy these things, because this will happen more. I can already guarantee you that. Like if it will be another exact 40% correction, that I don't know, but hey, 30, I'm willing to stick every body part in the fire for that, basically. So let's see and let's take advantage of that. Man, like the video if you like the video, sub to the channel, turn the bell notification on. See you guys tomorrow.